MBTI. How to make meaningful connections when you're an introvert who despises small talk. While introverts find superficial mingling tiring, they crave meaningful interactions with others. As an introvert, I frequently feel as though I am a walking contradiction. I find socializing exhausting, but I also crave meaningful relationships with others. I appreciate my alone. Nevertheless, I require meaningful relationships as well. I have difficulty initiating discussions, despite my desire to discuss the inner workings of the mind, the meaning of life, and other lofty topics. Personally, I believe that these conflicting emotions are amplified by the fact that I am also a highly sensitive individual, HSP. My sensitive side causes me to be especially aware of people, even when my introverted side wishes to go to my bedroom with a good book. With that stated, I believe this is a normal tug-of-war that many introverts, whether or not they are HSPs, face. After all, we are wired for connection as human beings. Our fundamental desires are to feel affection and belonging, even if that means spending time alone to replenish our batteries. Before we dive deeper into this topic, please make sure to like, subscribe and comment because we donate $1 every month to www.savethechildren.org for every new subscribers monthly. So by subscribing, you are already helping the children too. Introverts can be excellent communicators. As I'm sure you're aware, introverts have a tremendous desire to connect meaningfully with others. It is a widely held belief that introverts despise small conversation. Our chit-chat about the weather or the latest athletic event is awkward, shallow, and superfluous, unless you are really passionate about it. Despite our dislike for small talk, introverts can be outstanding conversants. We have unique abilities that come easily to us, such as being exceptional listeners. While some extroverts are prone to interrupt or jump in too fast with their own thoughts, introverts are accustomed to absorbing as much information as possible and then pondering on it before answering. As a result of this characteristic, our contributions to dialogues are frequently pertinent and meaningful. Additionally, we have an innate ability to read people, particularly those of us who are both introverts and HSPs. Sensitive people have a strong capacity for empathy and an innate ability to notice little details about others, such as transient micro-expressions. These talents enable us to get an accurate sense of how others are experiencing. We also have a strong tendency to notice nonverbal signs such as body language. Finally, many introverts possess an abundant inner world. We spend a considerable amount of time absorbing information, digesting it, and developing our own judgments. This leads in us having a wealth of interesting thoughts and grandiose ideas to share, provided we are in a safe social situation. How to make meaningful connections as an introvert? Want to boost your conversational skills? Here are 4 strategies to help you make lasting connections with others as an introvert. 1. Pay attention to what is said and follow up with open-ended inquiries. When I began a discussion with someone I didn't know well, such as a new employee or a friend of a friend, I was frequently concerned that I'd run out of things to say and we'd fall into an awkward silence. However, after altering my perspective on this issue, I recognized it as an opportunity. When you first meet someone, you have virtually endless conversation subjects to choose from because this individual is completely unfamiliar to you. The key to maintaining a conversation is to listen first and then follow up. If you receive a one-word response to a question, immediately follow up with a more open-ended query. For instance, you could begin by inquiring about the other person's origins. Simple question, straightforward response, small talk. Then, following their response, follow up with a question that will elicit a more meaningful exchange. For instance, you could inquire about what they miss about their hometown or how it compares to their current location. This encourages people to open up and engage in more intimate, and eventually more meaningful, communication with you. 2. Give the gift of vulnerability by going first. To shift the conversation away from the trivial and towards something more meaningful, I advise you to give the gift of going first. When speaking with someone, you have the option of sharing something vulnerable, which will help steer the conversation toward a more meaningful relationship. People, in my experience, typically respond in kind, which results in a fulfilling bonding experience. Bear in mind that vulnerability does not have to entail disclosing your most intimate secrets. Introducing new topics, inquiring about needs, experimenting with new activities, and sharing success stories all need vulnerability. Adjust your behavior according to the company you're in. For instance, you could say, "To be quite honest, I'm feeling a little awkward right now because I'm unfamiliar with anyone at this party. I've never taken pleasure in camping. I am quite proud of that." 3. Recognize accomplishments. Share your personal triumphs. Many people are scared of revealing their victories for fear of how others would react. We may be concerned with appearing pompous or making others feel unpleasant. However, in a world filled with so much negative news, I'm delighted to learn about other people's accomplishments. This is another approach to get additional information from a conversation. You may start the trend by sharing personal triumphs and allowing others to share in your joy. Additionally, extend it outside by inquiring about what is going well in their lives or what they have accomplished recently. Encourage them to share the good with others and join in joyful celebrations with them. 4. Pose compelling questions. Apart from sharing your own stories, as mentioned in number 3, you can also elicit information from the other person by asking fascinating questions. Accept nothing less than weather-related comments. Inquire of others what you wish they would inquire of you. Alternatively, inquire about an area in which you know they excel. This enables individuals to shine and feel good about themselves. When the pressure is on and an awkward silence pounding in your ears, it might be difficult to formulate questions. This is why I like to prepare a list of questions to ask before meeting new individuals. Here are some suggestions. What have you become fixated with recently? How do you distress and unwind? What is it about popular culture that irritates you? What is the finest, or worst, aspect of your job, neighborhood, or school? What is the most stunning location you've ever visited? What are you most proud of right now in your life? If you're anything like me, you want connection with others despite your introversion. Make use of these 4 tactics to interact with others in ways that are introvert-friendly. You truly have the ability to establish the deep relationships you desire. That is it for this video. Please make sure you like, subscribe and comment to be part of this community.